You are live.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Pivot Shift Ahead call. My name is Matt Cannon, El Paso, Texas, guest hosting for James today. Hey, listen, we just had a great Tell Me Something Good. For the most part, we played by the rules. Nothing too crazy happened. We're going to have a great call today. We got a great topic. We're in the happiness advantage this morning. Happiness advantage, we're going to be on page 175 and 176. We're going to be talking about your social network and the importance of it. And how are you making sure that you have time to spend time with the people that's the most important with you. But first, as always, we're gonna do a Tell Me Something Good. A couple of them. Frank Matera. Good morning, Frank. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing great, everybody. And I just want to share that for the month of June in my market center, I was the number one single agent, closed volume, GCI, and closed units.
Let's go. Let's go, Frank Matera. Hey, man. Number one. Not bad. How'd you do it? What's the secret?
It's the secret is very simple. You just keep going. You don't worry about the outcome. You just keep working it, working it, working it, and it all comes together.
I love it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I tell you what, congrats, Frank. I tell you what, he's a hard worker, and that's the secret. Is there is no secret. You work hard in this business and good things happen. Fiona Owens. Good morning, Fiona.
Good morning from Houston. So my something good is that my best friend that I birthed turned 30 years old today, my firstborn daughter. And let me tell y'all, it got rocky for a long time, but we got through those years. And I am so proud of the woman, the mother, the friend she is. And to all those out there suffering through those teenage and early 20 years, just know that it does get better.
Fiona, what's your daughter's name?
Elena.
Elena. You know what? I got three daughters. I got three daughters, Fiona. Oldest one's 14. They're all coming up. So, let's do me a favor, say some prayers. But happy birthday. Happy birthday
Thank
to
you.
Elena. Irene, good morning, Irene.
Hey, good morning from Toronto. Thank you so much, Matt. I am back in Canada from a fantastic trip in England. We were there celebrating my husband's 60th birthday, and it was a wonderful time away. And on top of everything, I'm so excited for Elevate next year because now I have great restaurant recommendations. The food
Ooh.
scene in London is phenomenal. I got to tell you, like that was one of the most surprising things to us. Modern London and the food and cocktail scene is out of this world. We were just so amazed
Mm,
and so pleased and can't wait to go back.
I love that, Irene. What is the main type of food we're gonna see in London next year? What should we expect?
Toronto is very, very diverse, and I didn't really think that I could find a more diverse city, and London was more diverse for sure.
I love it.
The South Asian, the Indian, and Sri Lankan choices are just unbelievable. Just the variety, the quality, the service. Oh my God. I know why James has the owner of Fiona's coming because the service, it like just everywhere across the board was just fabulous.
I love it. Irene, that's a good share. Thank you so much. For those of you who may not know, every year we do Elevate. James's event. This year it's going to be London. We're gonna take it overseas. If you have any questions about the event, if you want to get involved or you're not yet involved, jamesdshaw.com, jamesdshaw.com. You can get out there and check out the event. Look, guys, we got a lot of hands. I can't get to everyone. I'm going to do one more. Goretta Watson. Goretta Watson. Good morning, Goretta.
Hi, it's actually Jaretta. I spelled with a
Goretta,
G.
thank
I
you. I knew
know.
that. I knew that. Good
It's
morning.
just good morning. Thank you for calling on me. I appreciate that. It's one of those weird names. I just wanted to share today is my birthday. I'm turning 51 today,
Happy
and
birthday.
thank you. And it's very special because my mother and her mother, my grandmother, both passed at age 50.
Mm,
And so reaching this today is such a blessing. I'm a cancer survivor, almost
mm,
20 years. My son was 3 when I got diagnosed. He's 21 now, so he would not have even known me. And he's in real estate. We started last year. We went through the class together. We're both working at KW, and it's just such a blessing. So I'm very, very blessed, and I'm thankful that you called on me so I'm able to share just how good God is. And thank you very much.
You know what?
And I'm glad to be part of this community. Shout out to Stephen Hickman, Devin Shaw with KW. Great team leaders, and been such a blessing to me and the KW family, and loving this community too.
Man, you know what? That's a lot going on, and that actually kind of leads us into, thank you for the share. That kind of leads us into, what we got going on with, there's life happening, and we get so caught up in trying to do deals and trying to close and trying to show and trying to real estate. You know what? There's life going on. First of all, happy birthday. Congrats on the surviving. I love to hear about your son in the business. I love to hear about all that stuff. There's more to life than real estate, right? And that's kind of what we're gonna jump into today. So look, we got a book called The Happiness Advantage. All right. If you guys don't have this book, this is actually a really good read. That's right, Christine. That's a really good read. I'm gonna just talk about a couple quick things. And we're on page 175. And it talks about investing in the happiness advantage, and it talks about your social network. All right. There was a study done with Harvard. There was like 268 people, from the 1930s, one of the longest running studies of people. And they were trying to figure out, how are people the happiest is essentially what they're trying to figure out. They're trying to do a study. And here's what they found. One word, the one word is love. And they go on to talk about, after 70 years of evidence, our relationships with other people matter, and they matter more than anything else in the world. There's another study that goes on to say, there's a study called Very Happy People. And they're trying to figure out the happiest 10%. Do they live in warm climates? Are they wealthy? Are they physically fit? It turns out there was one and only one characteristic, and that was the strength of their social relationships. The strength of their social relationships. So in this business, we're always showing homes, we're selling homes, we're lead generating, we're doing all this stuff. But what I'm curious about, how are you spending time with the people that matter the most? Right? Number one, I got a two-part question for you guys. Who are the people, who are the relationships that you have in your life? Could be family, could be friends, could be anybody. Who are the ones that matter, that get you excited, that kind of just fill you up? And the second question is, we're going into the weekend. How do you prioritize spending time with those people that are the most important? Get your hands up. I'm going to give you an example. Yesterday, we're working, and I come home, and my girls are off for the summer. We take them off to the water park, and I'm sitting there, we're chillaxing, as they say, and I'm in the water, we're just spending time, and I realize those are the relationships that matter the most. Family, your daughters, my wife Cynthia, spending time with her. And I got some other groups. I love playing pickleball, love playing golf, and you develop these relationships with people that really matter. The question is, how do you make sure you're spending time with those people and you don't get overworked? Jenna Raby-Meyer, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Matt. Greetings from sunny Daytona Beach. So I have a new schedule because my partner is off on Mondays and Tuesdays. And so we have Tuesdays off. I have Sunday because of church. So I've let my clients, customers know I'm not working on Sunday. And then on Tuesday, I'm not working on Tuesday. And I prepare for Tuesday on Monday by taking care of all my follow-up and so on. And then that way people understand and they feel that they haven't been ignored like by a long weekend. But then that Tuesday, whatever we do is sacred. And man, he is holding me to it. And I'm so glad because I could slip. I could really slip.
Yeah.
So oftentimes if we're in the car driving somewhere and something comes through on the screen, I don't even click it to see what the person said. He's holding me honest and I appreciate it. So you need someone who's going to understand what the expectation is and actually hold you to it. And then keep it sacred.
Yep, I agree. I agree, Jenna Raby. There's, you know what, like first things first, you got to set the expectation. That's what Janet is saying is you got to let your people know what your schedule is, and you got to prioritize from the top down, right? And the priority, believe it or not, might not be, showing the homes. You gotta make sure that you got the right people prioritized. Jamie Folks, Lakeland, Florida. Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning from the lovely Swan City. So for me, kind of what Jana was saying, I take Sundays off. I say they're for faith, family, fun, and football. I make sure
And
that
football might be number one. It might be number one, Jamie.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Um, So I try, I prep all my clients with like that is my day off, and they, no one complains. And a little rollover from COVID because I don't live close to I'm successfully single and I don't live close to my immediate family. So we have a family FaceTime like every Sunday evening at 9 o'clock. It's on the calendar. Um, and then I try to make it a point to schedule at least, I say, one friend date a week, or technically two, one with my bestie and then one with another friend. So that way we definitely have that time together. Because I think especially as a single person, sometimes like we get overlooked, like we don't have the kids, we don't have the spouse, we don't have the things, and sometimes people for some reason don't value our time as much. And I think it's important, like we still do have a family and we still do have friends. It may not be what people think is traditional. And but make sure you take that time for yourself because it's self-care time as well, because that's what fills your bucket and your heart. So to
Jamie,
love on others, you gotta love on your people too.
that's a great share. And we're not just talking about family. We're not, this is the social network. It's not just a movie about Facebook. I mean, these are the people that you're spending your life with, right? That deserve your time. And this is what we're talking about. You got to, number one, identify who those people are. And then number two, how are you going to make sure that those people are not neglected? And how do you make sure you're not neglected, Jamie? Everybody is worthy of their time. And we got to make sure we're not just skipping those people. Pat Moyer. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning. So I was married for half a century. Yeah, half a century. And when you're suddenly single, no matter how sudden the sudden is, so for me, I have to stop being a loner and being so independent, not comfortable finding friends. My mom used to say to me, honey, you have to be a friend to make a friend.
Hmm.
Okay, mom, I hear you still. So what am I doing? I'm getting out socially with groups, small groups, ladies for lunch, anybody in my neighborhood for dinner. And I found a new church. I'm going to church and I'm making myself be uncomfortable. And you
Hmm.
know what we do in KW, get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
That's right.
So, yeah, that's me.
You know what, Pat? Your mom sounds smart. You got to be a
Very.
friend. You got to be a friend to make a friend, right? You have to open yourself up, and then it's going to come back to you. It's just like the closed fist. You can't have no money's going to get into a closed fist. You got to open it up.
Yep.
You got to get out there. I love it, Pat. I'm glad that we're friends.
Me
Um,
too.
Linda Brennan. Good morning, Linda.
Hey, good morning. Okay, I'm gonna try to not rush through this because I usually rush, and I think this is so important. When I got into the business, the very first broker told me, "Don't let this business take your life from you. Like, don't let it become your life." And I didn't know what he meant at that time. Um, However, my passion is learning lessons from life, and then reluctantly sharing them when the opportunity arises. So when do I get an opportunity to talk to a bunch of realtors about something I recently learned, which was so I'm wearing this shirt. Realtors need closure. It's kind of funny. So last week I had an opportunity to sit down with an adult child of mine. I have 3 adult children, and I was a realtor while they were growing up. So it was busy, but I I had an opportunity to sit down with one of them recently and have a real conversation. And she said to me that I was so busy when they were growing up, she felt lonely. And I was surprised by that because I was so busy with them. I did youth group, I did everything with them, like everything. However, one of the best books I've read is Love Languages, and we tend to give love in the language that we like to receive it. So whatever it was that she was needing to receive, I wasn't giving, which was quality time. So I have a 15-year-old and I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm with her all the time, but the quality time, it's just the way, I'm wired. So the lessons we learn, I have to remember to stop and relearn them or keep learning them, and not make the same mistake. So this business does keep us busy, but our family is important.
I agree, Linda. That's a great share. You know what? This is the point, is that we all know that we got a lot to do, and it's easy to ignore the people in our lives, right? That are the most important. So this is what we're trying to figure out is, hey, look, life happens after real estate, right? So we can't get all consumed. I appreciate that share. I'm gonna hop around. Josie. Josie, good morning, Josie. How are you doing?
Good morning. How are you? Always
I'm
love it
doing
when you
wonderful.
post.
Good to see you.
So I love this question, right? This reminds me the question earlier this week, what fills your bucket? And what did I say? Spending the time with my family and friends. So for me, as cheesy as it might sound, it has to go on your calendar, right? If it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. So literally, like if it's a brunch date, like tomorrow, it's on my calendar. If it's a nail appointment, it's going on my calendar. Because I am someone who honors my calendar very much so. And that might mean I don't mind working till 11 o'clock one night if it means that I can 100% keep my weekend open to spend that quality time with the friends and family. Like yesterday, I did this post at the end of the day. I got a lot done and I was very proud of myself, and I was done at 7:30, which is good for me. What am I doing today? I'm gonna go spend some time with my new baby niece. And if you've seen my stories, like she getting all the auntie snuggles, right? I'm still gonna do some work, but that's important to me. And so being able to have that balance and choose where you spend that time is really important. But the first kind of piece to that, at least for me, is just make sure it's on your calendar and protect that time to spend the time with your people.
That's right. No, that's a great share, Josie. If it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. Monica Henry in the chat, she's like, hey, if it's not on my calendar, I will not show up. I
Exactly.
love that. That means you're showing up for your calendar. Hey, plan the time with the people you care about, right? John Kuhn. John Kuhn, I'm looking at you, brother. How's it going? Good morning.
It's Kuhn, like the old baseball commissioner
Kuhn.
Bowie. I, um, I lost a very dear friend of mine earlier this week. He was the first selectman in our town, and his superpower was his curiosity around people and connecting with them. And I've been thinking about that a lot. And to honor him, I've been I realized that I need to do a better job with connecting with people, and this is underscored by your talking about the Shawn Achor book, which I'd like to say I've read, but in reality, given what we're talking about, I've looked at all the words. I should go back and actually read it now. And to this point, yesterday, rather than just clicking like on somebody's birthday on Facebook, I looked up the number, I picked up the phone, and I called them. So, I have to be intentional with my relationships. My friend, he didn't need to be. That's just the way he was, but I need to be. So, all of this is really inspirational to me to honor my friend and connect better with people. Thank you for letting me share that.
John, it's a great share. You know what? That's kind of what we're talking about. You know what? It's easy to forget about the people that we care about the most. And let's figure out a way to make sure we prioritize, just like anything else in business, you prioritize those people. Donna Gilbert. Donna Gilbert, good morning. Why don't you finish this up? We got a lot of hands up. I'm very sorry to the people we're not going to get to. Donna, why don't you finish this out today?
Thank you so much. I was sitting here thinking that, You know, you never know where your next best friend, your next most important person in your life is coming from. So I love that, John, always reaching out. I have a hard stop at 6:30 every night, and I have dinner with my sweetie. We met late in life. I don't know how much time we have left together, so we are not ever going to miss that. And yet, I love what Pat Moyer said, because we have to go out there and be that. So in the relationships that we're building with our clients, our family, our friends from the past, you bump into somebody you haven't seen in 50 years, you know, pick up the thread from exactly where you are, because you don't know what that connection is going to mean to you or to them. So go out and make everybody, most people who you meet, an important person in your life. It makes a difference.
That's right. That's a great share, Donna. Look, the point is this: we know that happiness is a choice, and yet we need to manufacture the right habits. And one of those habits, spending time with people we care about, spend time with the people that fill our buckets, spend time with those people that bring you joy and energize you, so that you can go out and you can be energetic for your clients. All right, guys, it's time to go. It's Friday afternoon. Let's get out there. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you very much. Matt Cannon, El Paso, Texas. It's a pleasure guest hosting for James. You got your inspiration. Go put in the perspiration. We will see you guys on Monday. Bye.
Thank you, Matt. Good job, Matt.
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 Thank you, Matt.
Awesome
Have a
job.
great weekend, everyone.
Good
Thank you,
job.
Matt.